Hey everybody, we are live. How's it going? I'm gonna go through the kill count right now, and Chucky
No
is over.
wonder she jumped.
Oh,
Shut your goddamn mouth!
She killed herself because of you.
so they're recapping a couple of kills if you guys are. So this is the season finale, okay? There's 8 episodes. People are like, is it gonna be 8 or 10? But they've been telling us it's been going to be 8 for a little bit. Because they count down every week, like, alright, 3 episodes left. So this is pretty dope. I mean, we got like a whole what is that worth like 4 Chucky movies? Hey, what's up, you nerd? Extreme Daniel, AJ the Gamer. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, I love that shot.
Chucky!
So Chucky is the first death, because with multiple Chuckies, you get multiple Chuckies get killed. And that was pretty awesome too. Like Chucky could just get shot up. Because usually, like any given Chucky movie, he only dies one time, and just in this episode alone, he died about what 3, 4 times. It's pretty neat. Well, it does look like the fake one, though. I think there's a difference between like there's a Chucky Prime and a Chucky like a copy of a copy, right? Because some of these dolls look like he just got shut up, but later on in the episode, he gets his damn head chopped off. And he's still walking around because that's OG Chucky, because that's OG Chucky from Child's Play 1, where he got his head chopped off or shot off, and then he keeps walking at you. So you go like, well, how vulnerable is Chucky? But him getting shot up is pretty awesome.
Chucky!
And just the floor and just how dead he looks is pretty awesome. It's Kyle, the one who did it too. It's so nice to have like Kyle back. Like we haven't seen her in forever. I don't know if she still acts. I think she's like the better actress out of like or actor out of her and Andy, because Andy seems like a wooden to me. Like, man, have you been acting since Child's Play? He's the Child's Play 2 one. He did Child's Play 1 and then Child's Play 2, and then they replaced him in part 3. So yeah, and he showed up at the end of Curse and in Cult. But as far as I know, I don't know. I gotta do my research and see. I should have looked at IMDb, see if he's done anything else. But she's like the hero, and I was like real upset. Like we'll get to like what happens to her, but let's continue on with this. So Kyle, she actually shot Chucky in the previous episode too. So she's killed at least probably like 2 or 3 Chuckies.
We need to find Devin first.
Who's Devin?
His boyfriend.
He's not my. Well, he's at Chucky's old house.
Okay. Well, trust me. If we're going into the lion's den, we're...
Yeah, did she read that book for the Voodoo for Dummies too? Because she knew the whole plan. She's like, she needs to get somebody to kill a kid to kill like a parent, or kid to kill anybody, because Chucky was just going around everybody like, hey, Jake, kill Junior, kill Lexi, kill Jake. Everybody, I don't give a shit. Somebody kill somebody. Because that was all part of his plan, and I guess she knew it, so she's like the smart one of the group. Oh, yeah, we'll get to Nika. I feel bad for Nika. She got no arms or legs. Hey, to be honest, Jacob, she didn't have legs to begin with. So she's like, my legs. Well, I don't really miss them. I didn't feel them anyway, but my arms, I miss my arms. Because, yeah, you know what? If you're missing your legs, you can still probably live like a semi-productive life. I've seen guys at the gym with no legs, or they got like those paper clip legs or something like that. So I go, okay, you're still doing your thing. You're still out there, but no arms? Oh man, you can't do anything with no arms. She can at least like put him in handcuffs or something. That's cruel. But you know what? Someone else dropped a theory I saw on a different video that they were like, what if just Nika goes inside a doll herself? Because it seems like they're going to go that route. Because what else you got to do? She's a goddamn vegetable. Why would you even want to keep her around? You have to feed her meals and shower for her and all that. Terrible. But we'll get to Nika a little bit later. Hey, I think there was a scene where Chucky had a stitch in his face. It does look like the seed of Chucky, though. See, in Curse, his stitches are supposed to be all healed up because he got. It's all the same continuity, and it's. I really hope they skipped over Seed of Chucky. They skipped over Seed of Chucky by not bringing in Glenda, but they mention him, and we'll get to that too. And Jennifer Tilly is Jennifer Tilly. She's not playing Tiffany. We'll get to that, but yeah, I really enjoyed. Like, I was probably more excited to see Kyle in the series than anything because I was like, oh yeah, she was pretty cool in Child's Play too. Like she was the big sister. She had a lot of good lines, and we saw her at the end of Cult, right? Yeah, we saw her end of Cult where she found the Chucky head.
Kill them all. Any questions? Is there an age limit on potential victims? Good question.
I like all the Chucky stuff. Now there's an army of Chuckies. A Cult of Chucky, he was able to break off in 3, and I wasn't so crazy about that at first. But now that there's an army and you see multiple Chuckies dying, I go, all right, I'll allow it. But now it's inconsequential if one Chucky dies, because it seems like that's how the show started off. It seemed like it started off with multiple Chuckies, but the multiple Chuckies were getting hunted down by Kyle and Andy. But now there's like, I don't even know how many Chucky dolls are in circulation, but they seem to got like a truckload of them. I was not a fan of the Tiffany doll at the end. It didn't look right. That's what people are saying. Like, hopefully they improve the look of her. We'll get to that later too. But it's neat that she showed up. But what, Jeff or Tilly split her soul into 2 as well, or whatever Chucky did involved her. Because ever since Bride of Chucky, I mean, like, I don't know. I think we had enough of Jeff or Tilly, to be honest, or that whole Tiffany line. Like, Child's Play 1, 2, or 3, that's the meat. And then all of a sudden you throw in Bride of Chucky and you go, oh, okay, but dang, now we're all with this Tiffany stuff like all these years later. But I guess it's the continuity for something being this long. But Army of Chucky dolls is pretty scary. Wow. See, she cut off Chucky's head, right? And it did really kill him because this feels like that's Chucky Prime. Like, that is the Chucky doll, like... And then you go like, are you like a Dracula Chucky doll? Like, if you kill Prime Chucky, do all the other Chuckies mess up? Because after he got Junior to kill his dad, that's where like the whole army sort of activated. And you're like, you're still trying to figure out, like, well, how can one soul be in so many bodies? Or they're just like copies. It's almost like The Simpsons when Homer was able to keep copying himself. Maybe they're all like dumber versions of himself. Because they are taking orders from him, right? He is like General Chucky, and that is his army. But now he got his head chopped off. So do you just go to another Chucky to get like... you're now the captain or something. I don't know. And it seems like the longer you're in a doll's body, the more you become human. And he was pretty human here because this is a bloody kill. Because all those Chuckies just got activated, right? I wonder if it's the same rules too. Are all those dolls maybe in the... all right, here's the other thing, dude. They announced a season 2. So all this is supposed to lead to season 2. At first, when you're watching this, you're like, I don't know where are they just gonna finish this and then go back to like those movies, right? Because the last two were like straight to video, straight to VOD, but they are coming up with the season 2, so the army of Chucky dolls is going to come into play somehow. Is this supposed to be animatronic Chucky though in the series? Oh yeah. I don't think they ever went the CGI route or anything. I think all these are like real dolls. You can see all the real dolls. And even though, dude, they used the real doll on the Child's Play remake too. Like I think a couple of instances they did show like a CGI version of him, like flying through the air and everything. But that was a real doll too.
Question.
Oh, I think it just got yeah. So the kill number 2 was the Chucky doll, but he didn't stay dead for long. That's the best thing we got out of Jeff or Tilly so far is actually killing Chucky, because they go back and forth from killing each other. So she has the head, but he could still move around. So he could still command people. But even though the very first Chucky, he got shot up. And we got shot up, he got killed, so.
I'd like to speak to Detective Mike Norris, please. I have some information on the Lakeshore Strangler.
Ooh, see? She dropped rat on him. So they kept reconning, like, actually, because they covered that in Curse about the detective actually finding Charles in the basement with that girl. But you know what? Whatever. I mean, they're trying to really closely tie all these movies together, but she's the one that's supposed to drop rat on Charles, the one that actually made him get killed. But so she was mad at him, and then she was still in love with him. Because in Bride of Chucky, she actually put them together because she found the ring, and the ring was supposed to be like, oh, you were going to propose to me the night you left. So that's also like, what the hell, Jeff or Tilly? What the hell, Bride of Chucky? You're supposed to be like, oh man, he got killed before he could propose to me, but now you're dropping rat on him. Or maybe she changed his mind. I don't know. But isn't Chucky's daughter a human? I don't know, dude. They mentioned Glenda that she built that bomb, the bomb that was in the house, but we haven't heard from her since.
Isn't it cute? My darling Glenda gave it to me. They have exquisite taste.
Yeah, what the hell is this? Like Glenda is part of ISIS? Where'd she learn how to build a bomb? So that's what, like Glenda is around and Jennifer Tilly is Tiffany and Tiffany's in her body, but Glenda is her doll offspring or something like that, and knows how to make bombs apparently. So she got a bomb made by Glenda. So they mentioned Glenda twice in this whole series.
Kill the twink.
Chucky's lines was funny though. Come on, kill the twink. That's pretty funny. Like, I wonder if people are going to lash out at Chucky like they did Michael Myers killing that gay couple, killing both the Johns. Like, oh, he's homophobic. Like, nah, man, Chucky, you had the. They could do that argument because everybody knows that Don Mancini, the creator's gay. So, yeah, I guess you could make vote your own. All right, so Andy comes through, saves the day, beats the hell out of that body. And in this explosion, Kyle was supposed to die. Because you're like, well, she was opening the door, but the two people who were closest to the bomb seemed to live. And I think someone mentioned on the news report, they said multiple fatalities at the house. So somebody died at the house. Or they could retcon it and say there was already bodies in there or something. But yeah, I think this might be Kyle, or they at least alluded to the fact that Kyle died. So I'll counter for now, because even when Chucky had his whole kill count, like at the very end, he says how many people he killed, and that's supposed to be Kyle, pretty much. Who's Kyle? Oh man, do you watch the Chucky movies? All right, Kyle is supposed to be the like the foster sister of Andy in part 2, and they both battled him inside that toy factory, right? Where they like melted him and stapled him to a thing, and he cut off his arm and had the knife, and Kyle stuck like the air compressor inside his head and blew him up. So she's the loose end from part 2. Because Chucky pretty much in part 1, 2, and 3, they still have some loose ends. Or Tyler. Tyler is it in the show so far. Maybe they're saving some more legacy characters for part 2 or season 2. Maybe that's why kill off Kyle, or Kyle will still be alive. But it's like, how do you bring back all these people now? Because most of them are orphans, right? Because Jake, his dad got killed, so he's an orphan, and his mom's already dead. He was already staying with his uncle and his aunt, and they're both dead. So I guess you go down the line. Maybe Jake has more family we don't know about. Maybe in a different town or something. But it makes sense for them not to be involved in season 2. And if Kyle is really going after Andy and the truck full of dolls, it's sort of like, why would you bring these 14-year-olds over there? Unless they do the Halloween Ends thing and time jump. But you're not going to time jump with these same actors. They're legit like 14. But yeah, Kyle is the one from Child's Play 2. She made an appearance at the end of Cult of Chucky, and she and Andy were hunting down all the multiple Chuckies. But she pretty much died in that bomb. Assumedly died.
Please help!
Andy?
Yeah, see? It's supposed to be Kyle's death.
Kyle, no!
Yeah, that's fancy techno. That's like a garage door opener technology. I guess you could make this bomb with the laser from a garage door. And I just want to know how to even make a bomb that explosive to begin with. Like, I don't know. Manure or something. It blew up the whole house. I mean, there's bombs capable of that. But it's really like speed. Remember? But that guy was like a professional bomb maker for the LAPD, right? When they were trying to find Jeff Bridges, were just trying to find Dennis Hopper's house. Like, that makes sense. All right, the guy knows how to build a bomb. He's a bomb expert. They just got a bomb out of nowhere. Like, oh yeah, Glenda makes bombs now. That's their full-time job. Like, all right, I guess. I'm not breaking down the logic. I love this episode. I don't mind. It's really campy. It's really fun, and I loved it. I just wish we had a better death for Kyle, but I think she's coming back for season 2. But some people think she's dead now. But yeah, that's supposed to be Kyle's death. Lexi's dad's the next one to get it. And you get stabbed in the butt. Like, yeah, like, I don't know. I don't think you would just stand there, oh, maybe the back. If you get stabbed in the back, but through your butt, And I don't know, the knife's that big, it's gotta go through the seat. I mean, whatever. Pretty much he was going through the theater, stabbing people's butts and killing them. And I guess it's good enough that they stab him. And he's supposed to be a little bit of super strong in this too. They just mentioned how strong he is, and I was going to get to that. But yeah, I guess he's that strong. He can stab right through the seat, up through your butt, and kill you. And Lexi's dead. So most of these parents are dead. It's poison. No, it's stabbed in the butt. He stabbed the. Maybe he poisoned him before anybody else. That's true. But he was stabbing people's butts. I think Kyle's fate. Yeah, is death. Yeah. I have a feeling she's dead, but not really, because at the end you see her hand, and she was always wearing a glove. So maybe she's going to watch over those kids and maybe think that Chucky's not done with them for some reason. But I think Chucky's done with them. That's why it's like, man, Chucky, you got what you wanted. You got your armies of Chucky's. Now bounce. What else you going to do? He just wanted to terrorize Hackensack for a moment, I guess. After this, you have to get the FBI involved for season 2 as well. You got to get out of Hackensack, Chucky.
Ethan.
Stabbing butts. Yeah, there you go, the butt stab. So he was going around stabbing people's butts, and this is like the whole big theater death scene. So he's just going to go off on stabbing a couple of people in their butts. And I was watching a Cody Leach stream and everything, and they were like, well, how is he still stabbing butts when everyone's like up on their seat and leaving around? I was like, I don't know. Maybe they're going back in time where you stab a butt, but you stab a butt and someone's going to scream, and now everyone's going to be like, oh, what's going on? Let's get out of here. But it's cool. And I don't know why they chose Frankenstein. They could have chose the different movie. But, oh, okay. It's neat. I dig it. Because Chucky really need to up his kill count in this part. He looks so good there, too. Oh! Oh, I can't, keep going with it or it'll get flagged too. But yeah, Chucky looked good here. I'm not saying, I was just saying, maybe if you stab somebody in the butt, it'd be better if he came up and just stabbed someone in the chest or something like that. But yeah, I guess, I'll allow it. Because even when, Jason stabs somebody, in the hammock or something, you go, oh yeah, he could probably stab through that, and that's pretty deadly. Or spear somebody. But that is a pretty big knife, so yeah. And Chucky's pretty strong in this, but Jake does overpower him at one point. So good for Chucky. He's upping his count right here because this is the season finale, and I think we were averaging 2 kills. Some episodes it was just 1 kill. So I think they were let's have a big old massacre scene to pad his numbers a bit. Oh man. And that person had it all over their shirt and stuff. So maybe Chucky got up and stabbed her in the chest or something. Or you threw it up all over yourself. I thought that part was funny. I was like, she's almost dead. And I thought they were going to kill her off too, but just because Chucky didn't do it, because it seems she got trampled to death. And that happens, right? I believe some people would get trampled to death in a situation like that. But I think that guy like almost like punched her, like get out of my way. I don't know. See? Oh. So I'll say she's almost dead. She ends up not dying, but I thought she was pretty much dead at this point.
One of us, Lexi. That's
Yeah, so now he's getting like finally Lexi is next on the chopping block. Because if you watch this from the very first episode, you're like, oh yeah, she's totally gonna get killed. Because everybody, she was like the main target for a bit, and then she even did like, hey, I'm the dad. And that was her Halloween costume. The whole electrocution of Jake's father. You're like, oh man, you suck. So this is like a what? But I guess in the TV show they were trying to do like a face turn for her. So she started off a bad guy, ended up like a good guy, sort of like Junior too. Like Junior ended up being a bad guy, so they had like a role reversal sometime during the season.
you're thinking. How could a little doll possibly be so strong?
Doesn't make any sense!
You're nothing against.
So I like this because it's like his voodoo strength is confirmed. Oh man, wait. His voodoo strength is confirmed because he goes, Deb Bella is the one who gives me all this strength. Open it get blocked. All right, let me see. Because sometimes that happens if you're showing a clip too long. I don't know, possibly. But Kyle is not dead. Yeah, I don't know. I think we see her a little bit at the end. But yeah, his voodoo strength is pretty much confirmed by this. He's the power of Dembella.
Leave her alone.
Yeah, and this Chucky just gets stabbed. But he got his head chopped off earlier, right? Because I think this could be a copy of a Chucky because he got his head chopped off and went to the other Chuckies. But yeah, it's still a great show. I'm just nitpicking a little bit of stuff, but I really enjoyed it. It was pretty neat. Because we don't get too many of these slasher TV shows, man. We need more, actually. Like Ash vs. Evil Dead was like the best, not even a slasher one, but it had good gore, good deaths, and everything. And this feels like another one of those, like a big franchise. Because at first you're like, oh man, it's a big movie franchise. It was in theaters, went to video on demand, and now it's gone to TV. But this is like showing, like, oh man, you go to TV, it's possible for it to still be good. Because you're like everything else, because Psycho did it with Bates Motel. Like it still was like, oh yeah, those were even probably better than that last movie that they did. So yeah, it's still great. I'm still hoping for season 2. I'm just saying little stuff that I just go, oh, what was that? Because I don't know, I still like it. I still like it a whole bunch. And it's very cool that there's multiple Chuckies, so we could get multiple Chuckies deaths. I mean, where will it end? I don't know. But I like it how you're able to kill Chucky now and he can still come back at you. Because you're like, what? The whole thing about Chucky is like, oh, he's not scary. He's a doll. All right? I'll kick the shit out of a doll. But you go like, oh, you go kick the shit out of 70 dolls? Or you kill him, he just keeps coming back. But this is pretty neat because Chucky got stabbed and stabbed Junior right back.
Lexi.
Junior! No! No! No, Junior, please no! No!
Tell everyone.
Oh man, I cut off his last words. Well, I'm trying to do it so it makes sense, but he said something like "Tell everybody I'm sorry" or something like that. Sorry, Junior. And I like the Junior turn too, but at this point, he's having a lot of accomplices. It's almost like getting like Saw. Like after Jigsaw died, it was the woman and then the detective. And I think the original guy who got his foot cut off. He was an accomplice at one time too. It's like, all right. Enough. Chucky has enough help. He has like 70 Chuckies now. Tiffany was always helping him. And, it makes sense for Tiffany to help him after Bride of Chucky, but yeah. And, like, this is a really good season if you just got done watching, like, the whole series, too. Because he even brought up, like, the industrial fan in this episode, and that was cool. I was like, oh, yeah, they don't mention Child's Play 3 enough. Because you ain't got Tyler, because basically they skip over Child's Play 3 like that one didn't happen. I pretty much won. You could just watch part 2 and Bride of Chucky and then Seed of Chucky and then Cult of Chucky to make sense for this whole TV season. But it's so awesome that I was like, oh, it's on Peacock now, so I don't have to go back and keep all of them on my DVR, man, because Peacock's awesome. It has the wrestling network on it and everything. It's worth your money. And now it has all the Chucky episodes. All the Chuckies go back in time and World War One. I don't know, man. What? That's almost going like Army of Darkness route.
Hurt me again.
And this is how you thank me?
Then I was pissed. I'm still pissed that we never got the chance to work it out or to be friends again.
Ooh, Chucky's giving him the business. I like this whole season comes down to this interaction between Chucky and Jake, right? Because he's like, "Hey, man, you liked it when I killed your father, right?" Yeah, I did your dirty work for you because you'd have the balls to do it. I go, ooh, dang. Chucky was the best. That's why I go, like, this is one of my favorite episodes of the whole season because it was like 80% of Chucky. It's like Chucky was such the standout. All of his lines were great. His kills were cool. They were gory. His own death was pretty all right. But he got stabbed and he got shot and he got his head chopped off. So it's like the more lickings he takes, the more he keeps coming at you. But he was giving it to Jake right here. Like, all right, Jake, you were about to be that Junior. Because he almost, he almost went up and killed Junior in like episode 3 or something like that. So Chucky's a good manipulator, man. So it just, over the whole season, showed how good his strengths were. But he did know how to manipulate Jake to a certain point, but he got Junior the best to actually kill his own father. Oh man, the Chucky eyes popped out of his face. Let's see that again. Nice. Oh man, that was pretty cool. Because what, Devin gave him a knife, like, here you go, man, finish him off. He's like, nah, man, I don't need any of that. I'll just kill him with these bare hands. Like, strangled him until his eyes popped out of his head. That was pretty neat. I never seen Chucky get killed with somebody with his bare hands. What, Andy shot him up in Cult of Chucky? Yeah. This is pretty neat too. This was like Total Recall when Arnold was outside, right? His eyes bulge out like that. I don't know, it's pretty neat. Hey, no worries, Jake. Don't forget him. His eyes steady. I want to stop it. Yeah, I wanted him like, oh man, his eyes will still be alive. Because he got his head chopped off and he was still alive. Maybe he's more like blinded at this point. Because I think I kept in this clip of like his death part. Yeah, I wanted him to step on his eyes. Like in Kill Bill, when she snatched that eye, and she's just she stepped on it, and it gooed between her toes in Kill Bill. That would have been cool. But, it was good.
Watch your fucking mouth. That's my boyfriend you're talking about.
Oh, I see. Like early on in the episode, man, I thought he said he loved him, like an episode again. But I guess now he's serious about him. Yeah, I want a nice like death pun right there. We didn't get too many death puns in this. Like keep your eyes to yourself. Step on it or something like that. Man, I hate when kids are good. Well, whatever. I mean, what they did the gay thing on Fear Street, 1978, and all that. I mean, it's fine. It's a new age, and this whole thing was based off the relationship. But I didn't buy that Devin was actually into him as much as he was into him. Right? Like one was more into the other, or they're almost like the final couple in this, but they're the final couple and Lexi lived. So they're almost like the three of them lived.
But what about Daddy?
Oh, I was like, yeah, kill number, not dead. That mom was still alive. They could have very easily killed her. Because that's what I thought. I thought she got like trampled. But I guess they didn't want to do that. And she's still the mayor. But at this point, you gotta call like the FBI and everything. There was a massacre. Think about how big a like that's a knife massacre too. That's more, and I don't know. It's all about like theaters and stuff like that. So I don't know. So where's the real Chucky now? All right, we'll get to that. But yeah, Lexi's mom lived, and then Devin and Jake. So Andy has the truck of all the Chucky dolls. And this is where the Tiffany comes up. But Andy didn't get blown up in that fire. So it seems like the only person that died in that fire was Kyle. Kyle. So Kyle might be dead. Or that the explosion didn't kill anybody because Devin was in that basement. He ended up being alive. So was Andy. And I think we might see Kyle at the end. So maybe nobody died in that explosion. But I don't know. They made it seem like somebody died. But it's very cool that Andy comes in and saves the day. I like the character Andy more than like his portrayal of it, right? Because he went crazy and left like Kyle at the gas station, like, hey, I gotta do this on my own or something. Here, I'll show Kyle in a little bit. Well, because there's two different versions of Kyle. Because you saw Kyle back in, 1992 in Child's Play 2, and then she's all grown up here. So, yeah. Do you think Chucky is ready to fight anyone yet? Dude, they should cross over with anybody. If you're doing a TV show, maybe that's what they could do. Because you're already doing a TV show, you might as well... I don't know, that truck could go to Camp Crystal Lake or something like that. Right? Something. Or, I don't know, because the truck was actually heading towards the airport. We'll get to that. But the fight, because everybody has an arch nemesis. Chucky has Andy. Michael Myers has Laurie. Freddy has Nancy. There's always a person that sticks around that always like foils their plan or is the main antagonist versus them.
Andy, I don't think we've had the pleasure. I'm Tiffany, the doll, not the person. It's complicated.
Yeah. Hey, I don't know, man. She looks almost the same to me. You don't think she looks just like the Tiffany? Because she been gone for. Oh, man. I don't know. Because I never liked Cult. I'm sorry. I watched Cult 2 times or something. Maybe even 3 when it first came out because I was just like, let me make sense of all of this. I really like Curse when it came out. Curse was a good one. Like, I think my whole family, like, you could watch Curse with the whole family and everyone got it. Like, oh yeah, that was pretty neat. But then they went to Cult and it seemed like a step back. But I can't recall if that Tiffany doll was around there because she even said it's complicated. Like, there's a Tiffany, a real life Tiffany, and now there's a Tiffany doll. So, yeah. Hey Miles, how's your day? Pretty good, dude. I mean, doing the Chucky, get back to some streams. I got put my work in with all these streams. I got a lot of good material coming up, and hopefully, hopefully it'll be a good week. The face looked different, yeah, a little bit, but she been gone for a while. I don't know. Because the Chucky's even look different all throughout this whole season. Chucky had like a burnt face look and a smashed up look. And I think that he looked the best right before the Lexi fire, the Lexi's house fire. So, yeah. Hey, Jason, Michael, Leatherface, Chucky, Pettit, and Alien Predator. Wow. That's a whole bunch, dude. Who knows? Army of Chuckies, dude, could probably take on a couple more people if there's 70 of you. But to do that, I don't know. Predator has the most tools, so maybe Predator. But Jason will not die, so he'll win in the end. And Ghostface is a person. Yeah. But Tiffany is back in doll form, which was pretty neat. I liked it a lot.
Just drive. If you know what's good for you.
All right, I guess they're going to the airport. So, who knows? Who knows where that can lead to, man? There's a lot of possibilities, but you gotta get out of Hackensack because now the feds are coming, man. There's been enough people. Oh man, there you go. Sorry about that. I guess there was a person like fuck up the chat. But anyways, yeah, they're going to the airport, so man, that means those dolls could be anywhere in season 2. Yeah, I know. I always wanted a final fight with Andy and an army of Chuckies. Yeah, that was gonna be like the plan. It seemed like, or right, like Andy, do the right thing and drive that car to oncoming traffic. Take yourself out with these dolls. Oh yeah, but we never got like a real final fight. Like we got Chucky beat the shit out of Chucky with the baseball bat, and then right before the explosion. So that's like the best we're gonna get with the resolution to that. But I don't know, man. We gotta wait for season 2 to find out. Like I think they knew they were gonna probably get a season 2 because it would really suck if the show ended on that, right? That was probably their bet the whole time. They just didn't announce it till right now. Because Ash versus Evil Dead sort of ended on a cliffhanger like that. And you're like, what the hell? We never got season 4. So we'll never know. But what happened to Nika is sad. Here, let's get to it. She ended up having no arms and no legs. And like I mentioned earlier, man, she's not going to be missing her legs so much because she never had legs. She only had legs when Charles would actually go inside her body. So I'd go like, oh, man, if that was for real, scientists should study that shit. Because that's almost like, oh, my God, we learned that possession could heal damaged tissue or something like that, right? I always wonder something like that too. Like, man, if they found out that a doll possession could make you walk, maybe voodoo is a way to make you, like, find out the medicine behind it or something. Yeah, it really sucks having legs with no arms. Yeah, yeah, like without legs, man, your life is totally different. Like without legs, you could be like, okay, I could still do some stuff and live a productive life still. Like I said, I saw people with no legs over at the gym. Like they you can still live a life, but damn, with no arms like that either, you can't even eat. You gotta eat with your feet, and you ain't got no arms or legs. Her only option is to get inside a doll body. Like she gotta find a Dembella thing and go back into a body, and I think that would be very cool too. So Nika could go back to being like a forefront character. Because in this, they just seemed like, well, you had to do it. And it was pretty neat that Charles could get inside her body and walk and stuff. But yeah, she should have really died after a curse. But she's Brad Dourif's daughter. And now I think they got to put her in all these. So it's like, I don't know, man, kill off some of these legacy characters. But I don't know, like she could go, but I still want Kyle to be around, even though they might have killed off Kyle. Did she have surgery or try? Yeah, dude. Did you see the episode? All right. So Jennifer Tilly did that to her. Jennifer Tilly cut off her arms and legs because she was scared that if Charles comes back, like they're still like linked together, and he could come back inside her body at any moment. And she's like, oh, just in case, I cut off your arms and legs, so that can't happen. So that is cruel. So that's like misery. So I don't know why. I don't know why she would do that, because she was about to die early on in this episode, and Chucky didn't even mind it. Because the whole thing with this, I didn't really like when it's like Chucky always wanted to get inside a human body, and then when you got to Nika, you won, dude. You're in a woman. You have a human body. You were always trying to get back to a human body. But I think, but because like what, by the end of Seed, he's like, yeah, I'm Chucky the Killer Doll. Yeah, I love it. But once you became human, that's it. You won. But then they took this in a different direction. But yeah. But the Charles died. His body died, but I guess his soul is still bouncing around from all these people.
You can never tell anyone what really happened. Not even Miss Fairchild.
The teacher ended up being nobody, right? Everybody was like, that's Glenda. Glenda went inside that body, and it's red hair and all that. And it ended up being nothing. So I don't know. Maybe it's still something. Maybe it's still something. They try to accuse her for a second of all these murders, but then more murders happen. And I guess she was just a red herring the whole time. They were just like, something's going to happen with her, but ultimately nothing happened. And I think they just showed her so she wouldn't be suspected as the person with the glove on the tree. That's all.
When we do, united like that, that's how we fight back.
That's how we win.
See, and she survived that explosion. Maybe she's like half burnt up like Dr. Loomis in Halloween 2. Right? Maybe. But she was wearing black gloves in different movies, and I think we ran out of everybody that could be. Unless that's somebody else, like the detective for part 1, or Andy's mom, or just somebody that we're not expecting. Like, throw us a little bit of curveball with there, because for season, maybe I'll make another video about what I want from season 2, but I still was like, damn, we never got Andy's mom back in any of these, or the detective. And they still know about Chucky, and they all thought she was crazy, like she was like locked up in a place like Terminator 2 or something like that. So yeah, that's what people are saying. They're saying like that was Kyle. There was The scene where in school the teacher was roasting the kid and said she's savage. That's funny. But yeah. Maybe that's Kyle or the mom or somebody else we didn't cover. And I was still upset they didn't cover the John guy who actually taught Chucky all his voodoo. But he did like give Dembala a shout out on this episode.
By authors such as Austen, Shakespeare, Mancini. And speaking of who died, let's review.
So this is very cool. So Chucky breaks down all his seasons, or his whole kill this whole season, and does my job for me, right? And maybe, because I'm thinking about doing 2 different videos, I'm going to do a kill count just for the finale. But damn, it's going to be, there's a lot that happens in this finale. That's what. And I got like the whole episode and I chopped it all up, and because the finale is so important, because this is where we're going to leave off to speculate for what's going to happen with season 2. But yeah, he goes through the whole list of a whole total kill count of the whole season. But he doesn't go in order.
1 electrocution, 1 decapitation, 1 defenestration, 1 exsanguination, an explosion, an awesome dishwasher mishap, a neck break, and 1...
Yeah, so he didn't go in order, but semi-order, you know, like the ones, it's whatever. I mean, probably how I do the kill count probably be the same.
An awesome dishwasher mishap, a neck break, and 1...
Yeah, so Devin Sawa actually died twice on this list, but 2 different characters.
The good old-fashioned stabbings. And exactly how did I kill the cat?
I forgot the cat. I don't know. Maybe you could count 20 people, because there's also a bunch of flashback kills of this. So I'll add some flashback kills, but yeah, pretty much guess that, because I had a kill count for each one of these weeks, except for 1 week I put 2 on them. But the season finale was pretty packed with a bunch of kills, so look forward to that coming out pretty soon. Yeah, how did he kill the cat? I don't remember that.
Probably better I leave that to your imagination. Making for a grand total of 21 victims.
Oh, because you know what? In the theater, Chucky was talking about his whole, like, everybody only remembers the kill count. How many people died here? They're not going to remember you, Jake, or something. So Chucky was just right on point. I don't know. It was a great episode. I might have just said something like, how do you get killed in your butt? But, you know what? Whatever. And it's like enough people died, and yeah. But you even saw, like, he killed, like, 8 people, and that was already, like, all the way to the ending.
A neck break, and 1...
So, like, in 7 episodes, he killed 8 people, pretty much. But that's why it seemed like they threw in those flashbacks after the fact. Like, they were just like, we need somehow to show some more kills for this show. But it was neat. At least like 1 person died each episode. Like that's what you would get. Because I knew that if going into this, I was like, all right, I'm going to do a kill count of every week. And some weeks it was just 1 kill and maybe a flashback kill or something like that. Or some people said they liked the build-up more than the action. And I prefer Chuck. This is one of the better episodes because you got like all Chucky. But yeah, he died 2 times. All the parents died too.
The good old-fashioned stabbings. And exactly how did I kill the cat?
Yeah, so you got 21 kills. Yeah, Jake's dad died and his uncle. So his whole family got wiped out. That's why it's like season 2, maybe you do a time jump. Like a time jump would make sense if you're like middle schoolers And then all of a sudden you have to face like Chucky or high schoolers. Because by the time you're out of high school, you're driving cars or something. You could go buy a gun. You could go hunt down Chucky. You're middle schoolers. I think this is it for you. But I think they even said Don Mancini like, oh, they're going to bring back the whole cast that's for season 2.
Well,
or
at least
something.
the kids got their happy ending. True love, BFFs, and a whole bunch of dead parents.
Very fun. That's so Crypt Keeper at Chucky. I loved it. It was pretty neat. That's a good look for Chucky too. Yeah, statistic. I think you mean sadistic, but yeah, I get you, sadistic. Cause man, chopping off arms and legs just for Nico so you can have a buddy, that is brutal. I'm gonna check under the seats. Yeah. Hey, when I went to go see it, the Child's Play remake, because man, how many of these Child's Play movies have I seen in theaters? I saw the remake. I saw Bride. Oh, I saw Seed in theaters. Oh man, never again. That was the worst theater experience I ever had. I got my car stolen. It was terrible. So now I can't even watch Seed to Chucky. But yeah, when I went to go see the remake, someone brought their like life-size doll of Chucky and bought a seat for him. So I go, oh yeah, that's sort of cute. So we had a Chucky doll in the audience. And after watching this, you're like, no, man, I don't trust it if he can stab through seats. Because that it even makes sense not more now too. Because in the AMC, you got those like recliner seats, and so Chucky could crawl underneath the recliner and then stab you, or do something like that, right? Like, yeah. But stabbing in the butts, I guess, because you could stab up your colon. Ooh, if you stabbed in the nuts, oh my God, Chucky, you're ruthless. Yeah, the Chucky laugh is the best part. Or you know what? The flashbacks, people are like, "Oh man, they dubbed their voices over the actors." It's because it's like as soon as Tiffany killed somebody, then they started dubbing like Jennifer Tilly's voice over her. And they're like, "Oh man, I don't like it. It's not like a cartoon. I mean, it's a real people. We get that, like, all right, it's them, and their voices sound like other people or something like that." Hey, to be honest, season 2 is going to focus on maybe more uh, good guy dolls being produced at a factory. This is bad PR if you're going to try to start a new Chucky line, right? They're like, oh man, we had this like killer doll theory, and you know what? I think all Chucky took out the whole circulation of remaining Chucky dolls, because even when he ran into Andy, he was like, or Andy ran into the, no, it was a Jake. Jake ran to the UPS guy, and the UPS guy was like, "Give me $300 for this Chucky doll." So they're going for like $300 a pop or something, or $250. So Chucky was buying them for a lot of. The Chucky dolls must be harder to find than PS5s right now. So. Because right, they're not producing them anymore, so you got to find like vintage Chucky dolls somewhere, and he found like 70 of them or something. Unless maybe they are producing them again, or sometimes they make like out of date stuff. Like I bet you could buy like a Chucky doll. Someone still sells Chucky dolls or something like that. There's a whole warehouse of it in Child's Play too. But man, that was 20-some years. 30 years ago, I don't think you could find them still, in the box. You'd have to find you would have to go on eBay and find like a 40-year-old virgin. Remember that guy collected toys and everything, and then take them out of the box. You would have to find a guy like that to have a Chucky doll to buy for it. So of course he's going to sell it for a lot of money. I feel so bad for Nika. First she got arrested, Colt she got possessed, and now she got her arms and legs cut off. Hopefully she gets metal arms. You know what, Megalomax? Or let's just say Megalo. Megalo, people say she's going to be putting her soul inside a doll body. So maybe she puts herself in a different Chucky doll, or like a Tiffany doll is laying around and she could put herself into. Because people are even like, I'd rather be a doll than a person with no arms and no legs. So I think that is where you got to go from there, man. Because dude, that is grim. That's almost like, damn, you're a vegetable. You can't do anything. At least if you're a doll, you can walk around and do that. And yeah, I bet because then it's just like being a midget. So what? It's like, would you rather be a midget or a person with no arms and no legs? I would choose midget, or try to get like the biggest one of those dolls they had, right? Because the more you're in that body, you become more human. So right, Nika, you eventually will grow like a human eventually, and you'll be like as big as people like big world little people. This is the new iconic look for Chucky. Yeah, it's great. Because they always said they wanted to do the whole Child's Play too. I wasn't a fan of the stitched up look because it was neat for Bride, but then we still had it in Seed. You're like, oh man, that's why it was so cool in Curse. He had that he had a sort different look, but it was the same. But he's supposed to heal sword differently. But they really nowadays the makeup teams or the product people, they there's no more we can't nail the Michael Myers mask or anything. There's good enough people in the production and makeup and stuff. They can make things the way that people want to. Dude, they couldn't even figure out how to make the same Chucky's for what Cult and Curse or whatever. They kept messing with this look. The look is important, man. It's the movies we like from them. That Halloween mask in the Kills, the old school, the flashback. You're like, oh my god, that's probably the best look out of any of the movies. Yeah, she could possess a doll, hopefully, because she has to do something, man. Because she a goddamn vegetable. You ain't gonna do anything in that state. Yeah, I'm glad there's no stitched together Chucky. Or why is Tiffany stitched together, or she just put herself inside a new doll? But I'm happy Tiffany came back in doll form because I'm really over this Jennifer Tilly stuff. She could die, please, please, just kill her and then she could be the doll. I like her better as the doll. I never thought she was supposed to be meant to be the real person. Because that's all Seed stuff. Let's just wipe Seed out of existence. We don't need to go back to Seed ever again. Yeah, I don't like Chucky with the scars. And he got beat up the last episode. He got beat up because she was used as a weapon in the previous one. So, yeah. Oh, it was Chris Nelson who did Michael's Max. Yeah, because it looks awesome. I even heard Nick Castle had the very first Michael Myers mask sitting in his house for a long time until one of the production people asked to borrow it, and they just held on to it. You assholes. That's probably a really collector's item too, movie worn Max and shit like that. It's probably worth a lot of money. But yeah, that was a pretty fantastic season. I hope season 2 could live up to what it was. Alright, we'll just go through it real quick. So you got the Shut Up Chucky.
We need to find Devin first.
Who's Devin?
His boyfriend.
He's not my... Well, he's at Chucky's old house.
Okay. Well, trust me. If we're going into the lion's den,
Too bad for Kyle. Dude, pour some out for Kyle. I think she could be dead. Unless they want us to believe. But they brought her back for some reason just to kill her off in an explosion. You know what I'm talking about?
Kill them all. Any questions? Is there an age limit on potential victims? Good question.
And they brought a bit of Chucky humor, but that's cool. But what, Chucky really is against killing babies, and they're like, what about twins? They could gang up on you. That's fun. I don't mind any of that. That's why this is fun. But they didn't go as wackadoo as Seed of Chucky. Seed of Chucky like totally went way off the rails and everything. But yeah, that's the whole thing so far. Maybe I'll do another one for like season 2 or a total kill count. I'm trying to see like
Please help!
there's going to be a kill count for this and
Andy?
a total kill count for the whole season. So maybe in there we go like what we want for season 2. Yeah, she definitely exploded. But all right, thanks everybody for watching. All those Chuckies are going to the airport somehow, and I guess we'll see where they end up. I mean, it'd be pretty cool if we get a crossover. So, I don't know. I don't think she's dead because during the summit you see someone's hand wave it. Yeah, I showed that part here.
If we had a fight.
Let's see.
United like that, that's how we fight back.
That's how we win.
That's definitely a hand. You're right. That's the gloved hand. So nobody died in that explosion then, right? I guess that's fine because I like her. I don't want her to die just like off screen like that. Don't Walking Dead us, dude, to kill somebody off screen. But we have to wait till like season 2 to actually get some answers if she died or not. So, or Andy's mom. Anybody, you know, a lot of people wear black gloves. OJ. OJ wears black gloves. I don't know. Looking for the real killers or something. Because why just not show Kyle then? Right? Because didn't they do that in Fast and Furious? Like Vin Diesel was watching a funeral or something, or Paul Walker was watching a funeral, and Vin Diesel was watching him watch the funeral from far away. That's a big cliche too, like people watching people's funerals or something from a graveyard from far away. It's always a thing. And someone said, "Is that a doll hand?" Like, no, man, that looks pretty high up. We could definitely tell it's a human. But it's bring back some another legacy character. We never see Tyler from Child's Play 3, and people are even saying like Tyler could be Devin's dad. We never heard of Devin's dad, and still haven't heard from Devin's dad. So maybe that's even something they could leak in like a trailer for season 2. Like that's why I was like, oh man, that's how they. Because there's no other mention. They mentioned that Chucky doesn't like fan blades, industrial-sized fan blades. They're like, oh yeah, because it's Child's Play 3. And that's all they ever mentioned from Child's Play 3. Not like, hey, what you learn in military school? or you didn't really say much to Andy except you made me do this and fuck you, Andy. He didn't have much to say. But they didn't mention that. So Tyler's still around. What's her name? Delizia. I should have wrote it down. The girl, Andy's girlfriend from Child's Play, Delilah in Child's Play 3, right? Yeah. She was like Ari's wife on Entourage, but she was younger. She's still out there, but I don't think she's coming back. Then Brad and Chucky, there's those two. But I think out of the people who might make a comeback, it's probably Tyler. That could still be Devin's father. And Andy's mom. Those are like the two biggest ones I would be like, bring them back for season 2. But if that's not Kyle, I don't know. Would you be upset? That's why I even put, yeah, because she's like always like black stuff. She was always wearing black gloves. She's like in a big like black get up right there, right? And this could be like down the line if they buried everybody. For the comedic moment for season 2, I want to see Chucky eat Swedish meatballs. Yeah. They always made a thing like, all right, Swedish meatballs, and I don't know, man. I'm done with Jennifer Tilly being on there. Maybe we could just have the Tiffany doll and Andy in that, and then have their adventure. Or crossover with Freddy Krueger. Dude, Robert Englund's going to be in the new Stranger Things season. And I go, dude, if you have them, use them to bring crossover Freddy Krueger. And that's how the kids, blah, blah, blah. And that would be pretty dope, but I don't know. Because Chucky has never done a crossover with anybody else, pretty much. Like, Freddy and Jason have crossed over. Well, Leprechaun is, we're not counting him. Or Leatherface, right? Or pretty much Michael Myers. We need to bring over more crossovers. Because what was one of the biggest movies that came out? It was Godzilla versus King Kong, and that did so great. Imagine if you did a Chucky versus somebody else, like a big slasher name. What if that airport goes all the way to Texas or something? So, I don't know. Because just like the same thing, he had to go somewhere for the voodoo stuff or something like that. He wants to be the main slasher of all slashers, so he goes on the hunt or something like that. I don't know. Season 2, we could definitely get a crossover. That's all I'm saying. We need Mike and Karen, and they need to explain why Karen got put in the hospital. The detectives saw that Chucky's alive with their own. Yeah, I never liked that about part 1. Part 1, they were like, dude, the mom, the detective, and the detective's partner all saw Chucky live and shot him in the heart and everything, and he died that way, right? So, because that was like the original way how to defeat Chucky, you had to like kill him in the heart, like a mini Dracula. Maybe that's why he got stabbed. He got stabbed in the heart and he died, but you cut off his head and he was still alive. Now that's making more sense. But yeah, there's a lot of loose ends because basically there was like 3 loose ends in Child's Play 1, then 2 more in Child's Play 2, then 3 more in Child's Play 3, and Bride of Chucky. So every movie, there's at least like 2 people who saw Chucky and know about him. So there's a lot of potential for comebacks, but maybe they did the Kyle thing and they just blew her up. But she died off screen. I don't buy that, especially not in TV land. Or at least show her get blown back like. Or like a fireball hit her in the face or something like that. Or you saw James Bond died, like they were like, oh, maybe he did die. No, they saw the rocket fall on his feet. He is dead. The only crossover that, you know what? Damn, Megalo, you're right. Chucky had a Michael Myers crossover in a commercial, so that works. Hey, Johnny Autism Wrestling. Just got done with season 1. It was amazing. Then it was made me cry. I really loved the acting in the show. Good job. Yeah, it was good, man. I really liked the gore. The characters was cool. I really liked Devin Sawa. He was great in both his parts. And you sort of bought like Junior sort of going crazy more than the other people. And it was great. I would rate this highly. I definitely recommend watch it right now on Peacock. If you didn't have TV, because a lot of people don't even have cable or TV anymore. So now it's on Peacock. Just everybody watch out Peacock. But all right, thanks everybody for tuning in. Check out my kill count. That'll be coming up in a couple of days. I'm going to do some more live streams coming up soon. I got a Squid Game live stream hopefully coming up in the next day or 2. Then maybe I'll do a kill count for that as well. But there's a lot of Chucky stuff. I'll see how good the Chucky finale stuff is because there's a lot of theories going out there. Or maybe I could do another stream in another time and talk more Chucky stuff. But Chucky's been such a big part of this channel because I was doing weekly kill counts every week, and now it's over. So definitely if we get a trailer for season, or did they just announce, they announced season 2, but I think, you already have to have production time to do it. And even when they made this, it seems like they were expecting, like, all right, maybe we'll make a movie after this, or maybe we'll make another season of a TV season or something, but I don't know. It didn't seem like they wanted to finish this up with this episode. They still wanted to leave more room to imagine more stuff happening in this universe. He's about height to Chucky because of Andy's height. I also wanted yeah, because he was making fun of Alex's height. Yeah, man, when you cast a kid, you don't know how tall they're going to be as adults. I think Kyle was ended up taller than him anyway. Maybe that's why Andy's all about guns. Andy's all about he has this sort of like Laurie 2018 thing going about him. Yeah, but I don't know how tall Andy is or even the actor. But maybe he's like the Bud Bundy. He reminds me of like Bud Bundy in a way. Because at first I saw him, I was like, oh man, that looks like the guy who played Bud on Married with Children. Yeah, I don't even know when they're starting to film season 2. They had to have probably start now. They just didn't announce it to everybody yet. Because I think you still have to write the thing and or maybe you probably I've heard about this Chucky TV show happening for about like 4 years or something now. Even before the remake, I heard about this Chucky TV show to a point where I was like, I don't even think it's going to happen. So maybe they already did write season 1 and season 2, and they already knew they were going to get like a green light for the next one. But yeah, because it seems like they ended on a cliffhanger. So you don't do a cliffhanger if you don't know if there's going to be another season. All right, but thanks everybody for watching. Oh man, 5'6". Yeah, that's well, you probably still gotta hit a growth spurt, dude. It'll happen if you're old enough. It's too bad for Alex Vincent. That's a short dude. All right, but thanks everybody for watching. Look for a kill count sometime. I'll be live streaming Squid Game. I'll go work on this series finale kill count, and hopefully that does well. And some more Chucky content in the future. But man, it's been really fun covering Chucky these last couple of weeks. I should do more live streams from breaking down the episodes, but expect more live streams and stuff in the future. Some more content coming your way. Check out that Resident Evil kill count I got up right now. And see you dudes later. Later, dudes. I mean, I think stop. Maybe you still drink a lot of milk or something, man, right? You'll keep growing. Depends how old you are, man. You can still grow like at 20 years old or something. What age should girls stop growing? I don't know. I heard maybe like 22, 23. Yeah, 6'1". I'm 6 foot, so that's around the same height. All right, later, dudes.